Hey guys, it's Edwin here, and today I'm going to share with you on 5 signs that you've broken the trauma bond. Trauma bonding, as I said before, is that unhealthy attachment you have with someone who's mistreating you. There's just this kind of weird chemistry which makes you feel like a toxic relationship is such a homely place. And it's what makes someone really like crave their abusive partner and even go back to that abusive relationship, even when they know their abusive nature. You just can't stop yourself from rationalizing their behaviors or just wanting them to change, and you'll even hide the abuse from your loved ones. And one of the most important aspects of healing is breaking the trauma bond and developing a healthy form of attachment in your relationship. Once you've broken the trauma bond, there are 5 signs you need to watch out for. And I'm going to share with you all the 5 signs that you broken the trauma bond. The first sign is you no longer believe their fake apologies. One thing for sure is even after you've left that toxic relationship, your abusive ex will still try to hoover you back into the relationship by sending a fake apology. You'll know you've broken the trauma bond if you just see the apology for what it is. Just a fake apology which you were used to getting while you were in that relationship. You'll not even have second thoughts on trying to believe the apology and like give them another chance. No. You will just be grounded on the fact that the apologies mean nothing to you because you can see through it. You can see through the lies in that apology. Unlike before, where you'd believe the apology without even looking at the empty apologies you've received in the past, now you understand that the apologies have never resulted in changed behavior. The second sign is you no longer rationalize the abuse. You'll know you've broken the trauma bond when you no longer like make excuses for their undesirable behaviors and actions. You just see their undesirable behavior for what it is without feeling the obligation or trying to justify why they're doing so or explaining that it's not their fault or just saying, oh, it's their work, it's their depression. No, you'll just see the undesirable behavior for what it is. And when those close to you call out their behavior, you'll not get too defensive of them like before. Your mind will also not be spinning with thoughts that are aimed at defending them or justifying their behaviors and actions or defending their behaviors and actions. You will see them as abusive, and that's all. You will not also like think of lowering your boundaries or standards to accommodate their abusive behavior. You will just be seeing the abusive behavior for what it is. The third sign is you will no longer be having frequent thoughts about your abusive ex or about your past relationship. You will not be constantly like ruminating on the good moments and like ignoring the bad ones. Those thoughts will look like a distant memory to you. You may have thoughts, of course, but your mind will not go along with those thoughts because before you would be having a thought about the past and then your mind now goes to those thoughts like the whole day. But now you have a thought, but your mind is not going along with them. You will not be spending day in, day out thinking about the past or thinking about what you should have done to save the relationship. You will have, of course, less what if moments. Or what if I had done this? What if I had listened to them? What if we had gone for therapy? No, you will not be having those moments. You will also find yourself having days which you don't even zone out to the past. And when you do, you might just laugh about it and laugh at yourself in just a compassionate way. You'll be more present in your life without bothering so much about those memories of the past. You don't be bothered. They'll be there, but they're not bothering you anymore. You don't even care about what they're doing with their lives presently. You don't even care if they text you or not. You're just not thinking about them anymore that much. You may think about it a little bit, but not obsessively as before. The fourth sign is when you no longer want to go back to the relationship. One thing for sure is the trauma bond is what pulls you back to your abusive ex. The bond is so strong that you don't even see them for their abusive nature. You just crave them. When you've broken the bond, you no longer have this urge or this craving of wanting to go back to them. You no longer feel hooked to them. And that intensity of just wanting to hear from them, which was there before, has just dissipated. You will not be checking your phone to see if they have texted back or if they've called you or snooping them on social media. You will not be waiting to see if they've changed so that you can return the relationship. You might have been clinging on the hope that Maybe one day they might find an epiphany and change their behaviors. But once the bond is broken, the hopium dissipates. The hope doesn't even ring a bell anymore. You are now like moving on and rebuilding your life without waiting for what will never happen. You just understand that you were the only one who needed to change, not them. The last sign that you've broken the trauma bond is you feel so liberated and free. You just feel lighter and free. You may experience this feeling of inner peace you've never felt before. Your energy levels are high and you just feel so alive. It's more of being unshackled from something which has been holding you back for a very, very long time. It's like a caged bird which has been set free for the first time. Your life is you just see a life full of possibilities which you've never even thought of before. You just feel so relieved that the nightmare is finally over and now you can move forward and build that life you deserve. With the trauma bond, there was this feeling that something is holding you back and you could not even like establish what was it. But now after the bond is broken, I realized actually there was nothing holding you back. It was just yourself. You rise from being powerless to being in control of your life. That's when you know that you've broken the trauma bond. Trauma bonding will feed you with this idea that you are deeply in love with them and you even sacrifice all your needs, sacrifice all your personal needs, or even just lower your boundaries so that you can focus on them or so that you can make them happy. So, and also the bond is so powerful instead that it will just force you to either go back to the relationship or to fall for a familiar kind of relationship because you just can't help it. It's so strong. So when you break the bond, you'll not be breaking it just from your previous abusive relationship or from your previous abusive ex. You'll be breaking the patterns of unhealthy attachment you've been having in most of your relationships. You'll be able to build a healthy relationship with yourself and honor your boundaries. You will understand your worthiness in a healthy kind of attachment without feeling like you are an imposter when you find yourself in a healthy relationship. So you are breaking this bond not just from your ex, but breaking this bond of unhealthy relationships in your life so that you can form a healthy kind of attachments in your present life. Hope you found that informative, guys. Work on breaking that bond. Don't focus on your relationships. Just break that bond first and then now you can focus on your relationships. Until next time, see ya.